VidGamesFTW.
Featuring Miharu. Hey guys, how's it going? Mark here. Welcome to Spyro, You're the Dragon. I got a very special guest, Miharu. Introduce yourself.
Hello, it's Miharu. You probably know me as Aaron S on my channel, although I call myself Miharu. Also, I'm a fox, not a cat, so I'm just gonna say that right now. Anyway, Spyro, You're the Dragon is my favorite game of all time, so I asked Mark if we could play it, and, well, he's the one playing it, and unfortunately I am not allowed to see it due to, things that happened.
That's right, we have to explain. Okay, so, this is our second time recording this episode. The first time, she was watching, and I'll have to overwrite this is our original save right here. I'll overwrite it, but I'll still keep the hunter face because it's lovely. So what ended up happening was, we lost like a good chunk of the audio. I don't even know how. It just, not all of it rendered out how it was supposed to, so it just stopped pretty early on. Now, of course, you will see that episode still. I'll throw it up as a bonus kind of a thing because we just had so much funny stuff that we talked about and that we did that it's I have to keep it. I would feel so bad if we got rid of it. So that will come out after this, but this is the proper one-off episode. And yeah, we had screen share on in the first one, but I think that contributed to the mess upness of the original footage. So we're playing it safe and just not having it on. We've done that a couple times with a couple other guests, but now it's become something of a podcast where we just talk about Spyro. And speaking of Spyro podcast, go subscribe down below to Erin's channel so you can watch a Spyro podcast that she has called the Spyrocast, which I was on for episode 5, I think it was. So yeah,
5, yes.
Thanks for having me on that. It was awesome.
Oh, no problem. It's always good to talk to a bunch of Spyro fans, and I've had 6 people ask me to be on it since, like, for the past couple days. Like, a bunch of people have been asking me. So, I just got around to scheduling all those people.
Nice. Yeah, it's crazy because I remember seeing your first 2 and on your channel. I watched, I think, Josh's all the way through. I have to go back and watch the first one. But when you had Josh Gaming, I was like, oh, hey, he was on there. And it was kind of like just those 2 for a while, and then it was, who was the third one? I'm trying to remember.
Canadian guy was the third one.
Okay, it was him, and then like it just kept going from there. I think Jordan was next, me, and ever since I think we were in one of his streams, Canadian guys, and that's where you popped in, and then we were all kind of asking to see who would want to be on the show, and like from there you have like what, I think 8 now up on your channel.
Yes.
Yeah, it's crazy. They just blew up with people wanting to be on the show, and it's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it was because it was about, you know, it's really just a friendly discussion about Spyro. Some people, like, I know some people think of it as an interview, but that's not really what it is. It's just like me asking some questions, and then like basically it just spirals into whatever topic we go for, and then like we just talk about anything Spyro related.
That's awesome.
And then sometimes it goes off topic, but we always bring it back
like
to
ours.
Spyro, so that's okay.
Ours we had like I think 15 minutes on banjo, and that was hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I named the title celebrating 20 years of banjo.
Of banjo. Okay, so it's a good thing that we this is our second bout on this game, because I remember in our Spyrocast it took me a lot of remembering to try and recall some memories of this game, because of the 3 I play the first one the most, and the second one is it goes in descending order. Like the first one I played the most, the second one I've played a lot, but near the end it gets a tad fuzzy, and the third one there's a bit more blank spots. It takes a while for me to fill when it comes to recalling like levels or enemies or whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of it kind of went like that for me too a little bit, because like actually I remember playing a lot of all of them.
Yeah.
There's only a few things that I can really pull out from playing it in my youth, but I say in my youth, I'm still young. I'm not old yet. I'm not old.
Everything's turning 20 years old, and all these anniversaries are coming up for the stuff we like.
Yeah, but there's only a select few things that I can remember from my first playthroughs. Like, there are things from the first game. I would say that a Dreamweaver stands out most to me for some reason.
Ooh.
I can really picture myself like I was sitting on my beanbag chair. I used to have a beanbag chair back then. I wish I still had it. It was awesome.
What color?
It was blue.
Ooh, I love blue. Blue's my favorite color.
So yeah, I was sitting there, and I just remember, I remember standing in the Dreamweaver's world. I think that was the moment that I found out. I think by this time I was playing it on my PS2. I had gotten rid of my PS1, and I think that was the moment that I found out that I could play with the analog stick. For some reason, I have this really vivid memory of like switching to the analog stick and being like, wait a minute, I like this a lot better than the D-pad. I just have that memory for some reason.
We're coming up to the best character in the entire franchise, Hunter.
Yo, Spyro, I just
Hunter.
Oh man, and you're in your gliding tutorials. He does 3 of them throughout the whole frickin'... I'm surprised he didn't do it in Legend of Spyro. That'd have been so funny as a callback. Alright, Spyro, now it's time for you to glide. And he's like, I already know how to do that.
Time for you to glide.
What?
Cinder, you can do it too.
He starts tutorializing Cinder. That'd be funny. What were your thoughts on more mature Hunter?
So I kind of like Hunter in Dawn of the Dragon. I like his voice. I like his design. He looks somewhat more like a cheetah, but also less like one at the same time.
Uh-huh.
Cause like, in his face, he has those tear stripes that cheetahs have. So
Yeah.
they got that right. I really hope he has that in Reignited. He should. That would make him look like a cheetah. And
That'd be cool.
but they got his ears wrong, because cheetahs don't have like pointed ears, so it's really weird to see him like that.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what that takes inspiration from, that ear design, or like?
Oh no, I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
let me see.
It was probably some kind of other big cat, like like a lynx or something.
I was gonna say lynx, yeah. That's strange. Okay, so we've got a list of levels here. I did start a new game, and I had just realized, oh wait, duh, the levels I want to showcase and run through, which are some of your favorites that you listed for me, which we'll be going through in this one-off, aren't available in the new game. But I suppose, well, no, we'll get to them in a minute. I just suppose for right now we'll run through the first hub world and just collect stuff so people can see it. But I forgot I have all the abilities right off the bat. Liam Neeson. Have you seen that Vine? Liam Neeson's knee, son. Liam Neeson's knees on a Nissan.
Oh yeah, that one guy does like all kinds of vines like that.
Oh, I love it.
Oh my god, that was so funny.
It's amazing. I guess, okay, yeah, so like I was saying, for starters, we'll get into... let's start with Sunny Villa, just so we can have, I can have a refresher, little first level, and then we'll hit up all the levels that are your favorites, and we'll just talk about them and gush over Spyro.
Spyro. Spyro.
Make him Italian.
Spyro.
Spyro the Space Moose.
Oh my gosh.
That reference.
Actually, that was a pretty good reference. That was cool. One of the only things that I liked about the new Ratchet and Clank.
You're not fond of it?
No. Ratchet and Clank has been going like way downhill. ever since they started writing in like those dumb modern jokes and all that. I'm just like, are you serious? It's just getting really annoying now because I liked the movie a lot better than like the remake of the game. Because like it was enjoyable for what it was. But yeah, it's just it has a lot of problems, and I noticed this. It really started to get up there in like in All for One, I think it was right after Crack in Time, or right after the Future trilogy. It got to a point where I knew it was starting to go downhill, but that one was still up there. I still really like All for One. Plus, it has Mr. Dinkles in it, and for some reason, I just love that character, even though what I love about that character isn't exactly what that character is, but that's a long story. Anyway, I have this weird headcanon, but anyway, yeah, it was starting, I could definitely tell it was starting to go downhill from there, and then it all just came crashing down with Full Frontal Assault. That game is abysmal.
Yeah, I heard from some of the hardcore Ratchet fans that it's around where you're describing that era of games that people kind of were like, it's okay now, it's not fantastic like it used to be. And I wouldn't know because I've only ever played the first game and the remake, the reimagining, the reboot. So I actually just recently bought the second game, but I haven't touched it yet because I'm not sure if I want to do it blind for this channel just yet. That's not a confirmation, but I'm not sure. Or I might just, because we still have to actually play the first one, and we do have some plans for that. But I will probably end up running through it casually first, just so I can get back into Ratchet, because it's been a while since I played any of the games. So of the two that I own, besides the second one now. But yeah, so there's that. I'm not as well versed in Ratchet as most others are.
Yeah, I've been playing it ever since the first one came out, way back when. But yeah, hey, if you ever play the third one, Up Your Arsenal, on this channel, then I'd like to be on one of those episodes.
Okay. No, definitely. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that's my favorite Ratchet & Clank game, actually.
Okay. So, semi-confirmation. We'll probably hit that up at some point. You heard it here first.
Yeah, but it definitely around there is when it started getting bad. Some people think it got bad like right after the originals, like around when the Future Saga actually kicked off. Because some people really don't like the story of the Future Saga, which I think it's okay. I mean, I never saw any huge problems with it, but I never looked that deep into it as other people did.
Okay.
But, yeah, because I like the characters, and I like the, Nefarious comes back in A Crack in Time, and he's my favorite villain. So I was like, yeah, of course. So yeah,
nice.
I liked those games, and yeah, Full Frontal Assault actually just sucks. I mean,
wow.
There might be some people out there who like it, I guess, or at least don't mind it, but the villain is just so bad. No, he makes, and this is the only time I'm going to use this word because it actually makes sense here. He makes the cringiest jokes.
Oh god.
I don't like to use that word, but it is so fitting here because he's just like, you noob, and I'm just like,
does he
why?
really?
No. Yes, he makes modern internet references. I'm just like, stop it. It's not funny.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, and then Captain Cork is like, you wrote a really disturbing fan fiction. I'm like, did they really mention fan fiction in this?
Okay, let me tell you one franchise that has the worst of that. Fucking Sonic is doing that a lot more now. And that's why it's just downright unenjoyable for me now. Because once upon a time, for those who may not know, who think I just like to harp on Sonic for the sake of harping on him, because a lot of people do that, like it's the in thing at this point. But like, no, there was a time where like I was really into Sonic in terms of like casually. Like I've never been, and I most likely will never be a hardcore Sonic fan. But playing a couple of the games, and sometimes I make them sound way more like ugh, I think they're ugh as I actually think they are. But like I was watching like the show for Sonic Boom, and oh my god, they make references to Sonic, Pingus, the Sonamy fan fiction, and it's like, oh my god, what the okay.
Like, why?
I don't know. I think it's hilarious. It's like, oh Jesus Christ.
Oh my god, it just really doesn't make any sense. So yeah, I really hate when like games or shows do that nowadays, where they put in all that modern stuff. Cause like
Exactly.
Cause some things can actually be really funny if you have like the right timing and the right way of saying it. Then it can be really really funny. But
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
Most of the time, it's just said like it's just forcibly put in there. And said for just like, yeah, people are gonna laugh at this because it's modern. Like, no.
Yeah. No, exactly. Okay, let me give you an example of one that I personally believe does it pretty good. Amazing World of Gumball does it pretty okay, because while sometimes it still doesn't hit that mark of being like completely funny or whatever, because it sometimes can get a little odd. Sometimes when they bring it up as like a kind of commentary, like a subtle commentary, it works. I'm trying to think of some really good examples. It might take me a while to actually think of some good examples, but if you look back at the show and you actually see some of those things, how they cleverly like address stuff, not even so much as address, but just like integrate it into like, you know, an episode and just give their own take and use their own humor on it. It's actually really funny. So I would like to recommend not just like you, but the audience also, like, check it out if you haven't really watched Gumball much. Not just for the animation alone, because the animation is fucking amazing, but like sometimes
I used to watch a bit of Gumball. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, okay, cool. No, yeah.
I always liked Nicole. She was my favorite character.
Oh my gosh, she's fucking nuts. It's hilarious. Have you seen that fucking anime battle scene from one of the episodes? Oh my god.
Yeah, I did. That was crazy.
I was like, what? At first I thought it was like a fan done thing, because I've seen a couple of fan done like, here's Gumball in anime art style. No, this was like legit from the show, and it looks, I don't know who worked on that animation, but whoever they got, oh my god, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
Thanks again.
Yeah, so there's like there are things that can get it right, but then a lot of things when they try to do it they get it really wrong. So.
No, I definitely agree with you there. Now we've got Sheila over here. I can't do that. I'm sorry to all Australians watching. I can't.
Oh, I reckon you must be one of them dragons then.
Oh, you do a way better accent than I do.
It's just I'm not very good at Australian accents. I can do British, but in Australian.
I love British accents so much.
Me too.
Oh my god. I remember we did an episode with Sadie, and she's from England, and oh my god, I love her accent.
Oh yeah, she does have an accent. I didn't realize it either until like I heard her talking. I was like, hey, she sounds nice.
It's like at least I detect like the slightest hint of like Scottish in there, but
yeah, there is definitely a bit of Scottish.
It's awesome.
So cool.
Shout out to Sadie. Hopefully you see this.
Yeah, shout out to your accent. It sounds so much better than what we're used to hearing here in America.
Yeah, I know. Over here, all you really ever hear are obviously American accents, fucking Asian accents, Mexican accents. Like that's kind of the majority of what, like in our areas or even in my area in particular, you kind of hear. That's not very uncommon, but to hear some like okay, so when I went to E3, like since everyone goes there, it's like insane to hear someone speaking French behind you in a line, and you're like, oh my god, he's speaking French, or like something else. Like okay, so like I saw this ooh, this Japanese woman was there for like some news station, and now, of course, I didn't do anything. I'm not that, dumb, but I did intentionally walk behind them. I didn't look at the camera. I didn't do anything. But technically, if you were around that time, whenever that was broadcast, you're watching that in Japan, you're gonna see me on that news station.
Ah!
I thought it was really funny. I'm just like, because I saw them there, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. And I was like, oh, this is for their news. Let's have a destination mark make a little appearance in there. So I just walk behind casually. I'm not even looking at them. I just walk, but you can see me in there.
Just like you photobomb, you're just like, hey, like you just
Unintentional, yeah, subtle photobomb.
Oh man, that's funny.
But just like the unity of cultures there is like, it's unreal, because I've never over here in my area, because you're closer there than I am. You're not far from there at all, but I'm like a couple hours away. So and we don't travel much. So to be there and just hear how diverse everyone is, and to just see everyone there, it's a crazy feeling. And it's something that we don't usually experience, so it always feels new to some degree every time we do it. But it's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always crazy to like, because you notice like how diverse everything is, like exactly like pretty much specifically when you go on vacation.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Because like, you go to all those like tourist spots or whatever, and then you notice that everybody is there from like all over the world, and you're just like, hey, wow, it's like these people are actually around here, because they're never around like when like by my house or whatever.
Like in my everyday life. It's nuts. My god, oh, we're getting the first instance of good old lag.
So, wait, where are you now?
I'm still in Sheila, but we're getting a little bit of lag.
Oh.
Oh, we're hearing it so bad. Hold on. Okay, so after restarting the internet, I think we should be fine now. So we're gonna go and run through a couple of Aaron's favorite levels, starting with Seashell Shore.
Seashell Shore, yes.
Say that 5 times fast.
Seashell Shore, Seashell Shore,
Good job. Oh, go ahead. I did accidentally cut you off. What were you saying?
Yeah. So, yeah, Seashell Shore is, yes, it's one of my favorite levels. It is number 5 on my top 5 favorite levels of this game.
Nice. What about it do you like?
It's just one of those levels that's like really memorable to me from the beginning. Like the seals are memorable. I like their dialogue. It kind of stands out. I can definitely hear it in my head. Some of the challenges I definitely remember because I don't like a lot of them.
Oh, is this the one where you have to go through that tunnel and you're swimming really fast and you hit the guys and they go, "Ooh"?
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh god, I remember that.
Yeah, I don't like that challenge. I don't like the tunnel ones. I never liked the Sheila one with the stomping the Rhinoc Fortress or whatever.
Oh yeah, I mentioned that on the Spyro cast. That's right.
Yep. Didn't like that one. And what was it? The vehicle one where you had the shark sub?
I remember that. That was the one. Was that a fight, or did you just have to go around and collect stuff on that? I think there was a fight with that.
No, that was a fight because you were fighting a guy on the shark submarine. Like you had like a little speedboat thing, and then he had a sub.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, I remember that. Actually, let me see if
his name was like Pluto or something.
There's a little dealio right here. I'm gonna go into it and see what this is. It might be it. Oh no, this is the oh nope, that's the Sheila one. Stay away from that. Never mind. Let me see. I forgot that there's the dudes here that or from Spyro 1. Well, they're not from Spyro 1, but they throw barrels like the guys from Spyro 1. I forgot that that was a thing in here.
Yeah, actually, that is that's a recurring thing throughout all 3 games. Because
Is it in 2 as well?
Yeah, some of the birds in Zephyr throw TNTs like that.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I remember that. Yeah, okay. That was so cool. I like that concept of how one level, it's got you're helping the birds, yeah, fight the little globby dudes, and then you're helping them in Zephyr fight the birds.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome. Oh god,
Yeah,
where are we? Oh, we're back here. Oh, I looked around. I didn't even realize. Okay, let me try and find a little mini game dealio. Where are they? There's probably some underwater. One of them's underwater. Where is that? Hello, die please, thank you. I legit don't remember. Oh wait, no, that's gems. There's a part I remember where you have to like go, you have to do a behind. You have to go behind somewhere, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think, yeah, I definitely know what you're talking about. Because, like, I can see the layout in my head, sort of. Also, another thing I really like is the music.
Yeah.
Because in the original Black Label version, which I have, this music also plays in Crystal Islands, which is my 3rd favorite level. And I've heard this music so much that it's just kind of like burned into my brain.
Okay, yeah, I found that little behind, and that was just for gems, because now I'm back at the Sheila part. So there is an underwater portion somewhere. If I can find it really quickly, we can go to it. If not, we'll move on to the next level. But let me see if I can find... Oh, here's one. Run! I mean, swim! Swim to it! Let me see. Which one's this one? Oh, this one. Yeah, by the way, this is the 117% save file, so that's to come. Everything is, like, maxed out for the most part. Which one's this one?
Okay.
Sandy the Seal. Nope, this is the tunnel. This is the this is the ooh tunnel. They make that kind of sound. That's what it sounds like. They go ooh.
Yeah, I think that's exactly their sound. Like ooh.
And you can't miss one of them because they laugh at you. They go fuck.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna try this.
Yeah, you can't. This I think this tunnel is actually worse than the one in Dino Mines because now I'm not actually sure about this, but I think the one in Dino Mines you're not required to hit all of the enemies. Where in this one you are.
I'm trying to remember if that's true. That might be true. Because I do remember that one, and that one was not fun for me either.
Yeah,
like,
either way I don't like it.
Like, Spyro's underwater controls across 2 and 3 don't feel bad, but it's still very typical video game underwater type stuff where it's just not... It's still not 100% fun to go through it, so like... It can still feel a bit like clunky or whatever, especially when they want you to... Especially when they build minigames around it. So
yeah.
you have the pressure of like, shit, I'm going fast, I have to not fuck up, or like, shit, I'm on a timer, I can't fuck up, or something to that degree.
Yeah, I know, that's what, you know, causes problems with me. Because I'm just like, oh no, there's a timer, and oh no, I have to do all of this in a certain, you know, like, I have to kill all the enemies in the tunnel or something like that.
Yeah, I definitely respond better to non-timed events, where you're still required to collect stuff, but you don't have to, like, rush it. Because that is never really fun. Like, especially,
yeah,
like, in...
when they keep, like, adding on rules and stuff like that, because I always go back to Sunnyville, the skate park with Hunter. He's like, if you can catch all 15 lizards within the time limit and without wiping out, and I'm just like, Hunter, no, stop it. Why do you keep adding on these stupid rules? Just let me catch the lizards, come on.
Just give me the fucking egg. Or your orbs. Everything you've got, just give it to me. Why are you making me work for it? Whoa, excuse me, I got a skill point. How? What?
I don't know.
What did I do that was so
Uh,
special?
Anyway, what were you saying about the time challenges and stuff like that?
All I was gonna say was, like Mario Galaxy, my favorite purple coin collecting missions come from the non-timed ones versus the timed ones, which always have me on edge. Some of them aren't even well designed, and that also adds to the fucking just terror of it. I forget, because I know you're not much of a Nintendo gamer, so like, how much Mario have you played?
Let's see. I've only played, Okay, so the first, like, mainstream Mario game I played was actually Odyssey.
Oh, nice.
And then, I've played some Mario Kart games before that.
Okay.
Like, Wii, I think, yeah, Mario Kart Wii or something.
Okay. So in terms of like, yeah, the main platformer Mario it's just Odyssey for right now.
Yeah, it's only been Odyssey. I played that on my friend's channel, Buzz Game Time. They have a Switch over there, so whenever I go over there, I get to play it.
That's awesome. Check that out. Shout out to them. Link down below if I can remember to put that in. Odyssey is so fun. Like, just it's a nice breath of fresh air to how Mario games have been before. Because every Mario game to some degree has followed 64's formula. Here, let me finish this conversation in the next levels. Let me get to that. Okay, here we are with Frozen Altars. Like I was saying, so Mario Odyssey, like, really... Oh, my family's home. Really goes out of their way. It goes out of its way to differentiate itself from the formula that started since 64. And it's really fun. I mean, I don't want to go in too far, but because we've got epic. We have Alex the Penguin here. He's very epic.
Yes. Penguins. So this is the main reason why I love Frozen Altars, is because of the penguin NPCs. They are my absolute favorite NPCs in like all the Spyro universe.
They are epic indeed. They are awesome. I like them.
Their voices are just so great.
When I
sound completely stoned, and I love it.
when I found out that was Tom Kenny, I was like, oh my god, what?
Yeah.
It's awesome. Plus, this is... I really wish they kind of revisited this concept more than in just this level. I mean, in hindsight, that's what makes this level unique, but the fact that he has ice breath and not fire, and it's like the only time that this happens, it's still really cool. Like, I dig it so much.
Yeah, because it's like, it's a unique concept for having ice breath like permanently throughout one of the levels, because this isn't the first time that we've seen ice breath, but it is it is sort of like the first time we've seen it in this way, because the first time that when ice breath was introduced, it was in the form of Super Freeze from Cloud Temples in Spyro 2.
Oh, I was having trouble with the mute button, and my family's really talking in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's so unique and it's so cool, and it is kind of odd how they didn't mess with this more than just this level, but that's what makes it stand out. So I like. It gets my approval.
Yeah.
These guys. Wait, I gotta hear them again. Hold on.
Ice block. Yeah, that's what you need to reach that treasure. Now.
Oh my god. How are we gonna get a stand, an ice block? I'll just use you. It's fine.
If you had something to stand on.
Oh! Freaking guy got me in midair. Here, die please. Thank you.
This level has some of like the worst enemies though, because I mean the range on those ones that like swing the club at you.
Oh yeah.
I swear the hitboxes and the range on those is like so weird. Because you can get you think you have enough distance, but you have to be actually really far away to not get hit.
Yes. Sorry, okay, hold on. Let me go tell them real quick. Okay, so as we were saying, go ahead and repeat what you were saying.
Let's see. I was saying,
Oh, the hitboxes, that's right, because one guy just fucking hit me right now.
yeah, the guy with, yeah, the guy with the club, right? The big guy?
Oh no, one of the guys that hit me right now were the guys that throw the little fiery things at you.
Oh, okay.
But no, I got hit by the club guys earlier too, so yeah, they're still kind of wonky.
Yeah, they're like really annoying. I don't like those enemies. And then let's see.
Whoa, whoa, hold on. I burned the snowman and he's back. Excuse me? What? Okay, I'll do it again, I guess. What? That was weird. He popped.
Oh,
I even saw him pop.
That's stupid.
I don't think that's ever happened to me before. See, look, okay, he popped. Let me get this guy then. Let me get the little trumpet man. Little woolly mammoth man.
Oh,
Okay, they're both dead. They should not be back. Okay, good. That was weird.
that was weird. Yeah, those snowmen are like super freaky.
Yeah, they just have like big scary faces. I'm wondering if they're gonna keep that in Reignited.
Oh, they better. I hope they make them like really scary. Cause like so I may mention them in an upcoming video.
Ooh.
Wink, wink.
Miharu exclusive on VidGames. I will await this video. Get back here, woolly mammoth man. All right, he's dead.
Yeah, I was unsure if I should upload that video like soon or if I should wait till October because maybe it's kind of a Halloween themed sort of thing.
Uh-oh. Well, whenever you put it up, I'll watch it. And here we have Bentley Boxing.
Oh no.
I haven't played it in a while. Oh, what did you say?
Don't do penalty boxing. Oh, save yourself.
I have to remember how this works because everyone complains about it, so might as well show it off now. Hello, Yeti. Get over. He's not doing a damn thing to me. He's not moving. Is that supposed to happen? He's not moving.
Not.
I'm not.
Wait,
I'm not.
who's not moving? What's going on?
The Yeti is not moving at all.
Do you have a second controller plugged in?
Oh, this is the versus part. Oh, that's right. I forgot that was a thing.
That is an exploit, and that's why I don't remember this too well.
I'm just gonna be in the show. This guy is not moving. Because isn't the very first time you ever do this, it's with the computer?
Yeah. So like, what you can do is like, because it doesn't tell you that you can actually do the versus thing, because you just go in and usually you just have one controller plugged in.
Yeah.
And you fight him, and it doesn't tell you that you can, just plug in a second controller, and you can do versus. The Yeti won't move, and you can just beat him up.
I thought it was like a glitch or something. Because, hey, the freaking snowman came back after I killed him. Like, literally after I killed him. So I was like, I think this is a little screwy.
Yeah.
Okay. Which one's this one? Oh, there's the freaking... I think I know which one this is. Yeah, not doing that one. The freeze the cats and put them into the goal thing.
Oh my god, ice hockey sucks. I hate that.
Oh, that one.
I never liked it. Ice physics in Spyro are just not good. I don't like them. Like...
Well, because what was weird was the fact that you couldn't jump. So, like...
Yeah, it's just so... I really don't like that fact. I never liked the ice hockey challenge in Colossus. I didn't like the cat hockey in Frozen Altars. I'm just like, no, stop giving me scenarios where I have to be on the ice.
I think, for me personally, the hockey in Colossus was better than the hockey, or the ice cat hockey thing here. because this one was I remember specifically this one being really tedious, and the one in Colossus gave me trouble as a kid. So as a kid I didn't like it, but now it's like merely okay. Like I still don't think much of it, but it's I think easier for me now than it was back then. But
And it's not easy for me. Like I can do it. I'm just like it just kind of it makes me anxious. I don't like it.
in my journey to 100% this, when I had done it however long ago, yeah, I found this one just to be like, ugh, and I was stuck on it for quite a while.
Yep.
Let's cap this off with one more talk to the very first
I get my
Alex.
flippers on that rotten bear.
When he gets his flippers on that rotten bear.
I get my flippers on that rotten bear.
Okay, next level. Boof.
It goes from 6 to 3 to 4.
Yeah, it just bounces around every which way. Well, let's not forget into the Dragonfly. 1.
One, yeah, 1. How about just 1? No.
Just one boring one that has subpar music.
God, even a Hero's Tale got that better.
Yeah. Okay, Crystal Islands. Yeah, I don't know what it was about. I know the Dragonfly's music was just the weirdest. Like, it's still Stuart Copeland, and so some
But
of
it's,
the.
like, forgettable for some reason.
Okay, thank you. I'm glad you agree on that, because some people will flat out say it's bad, which is understandable. But you got to give them at least a bit more credit for trying. And I don't know who it was. If it was you or Sadie, someone told me. I don't even remember who it was. In fact, I think it was. I'm really trying to remember who it was, and I, for the life of me, can't remember. Someone told me that Enter the Dragonfly was the reason Stuart Copeland stopped working on Spyro. So I'm not sure. I forgot who that was that told me that. But if that's the case, then oh my god, that's crazy, because it's. So, I'm trying to remember who it was. It's bothering me. But anyway, so like, it's really weird because of just how some of the tracks, like, okay, Cloud9 does have a very like Spyro 2 feel to the sound. So that track is actually pretty good because it does remind one of these games, and again, specifically the second one. It's got a lot of that acoustic guitar that the second one boasts a lot throughout its soundtrack and stuff like that. And it feels the most Spyro in terms of all the songs and the tracks in that game. Other ones like the main hub theme and like all that stuff, I don't know, it sounds very subpar. Like it falls flat. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's just kind of weird because even though it's Stuart Copeland and the music sounds, I mean, good, it's just forgettable.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't have that same kind of feel. Like, there's not enough, what was that?
Oh, I was doing the slide. That long ass slide.
I don't like that slide.
Oh, continue though, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's like, it was lacking that, like, that same kind of charm.
Yes. I have to keep. I'm sorry, I'm doing the muting thing again.
Yeah. But yeah, but for the most part, it wasn't like bad. I just don't really remember a lot of them. The one that I really like is Thieves' Den. I think that sounds really good.
Yeah. Oh, that one was. Yeah, the music I don't remember for the life of me. I remember the level because of how like conniving it was, and the fact that fake gems were the fodder in that level.
Huh.
That was a funny little thing. However, that level was glitchy as all hell because I remember.
Oh yeah, I know.
I remember. What was it? Like, there's one part you can like badly mess up, and you're walking on air, and it's like just utterly destroy that level. It's like the worst thing. Oh, Enter the Dragonfly.
Oh,
How you had so much potential.
there are just so many things wrong with that game.
That's why I hope I hope Toys for Bob played Enter the Dragonfly. That way they go, okay, when we're doing Reignited, we don't make it anything like this.
Just stay the hell away from this. It's like if Greg Berger forgot what it sounded like as Ripto. It's like, you didn't sound like this. You sounded like this. And they show him Spyro 2. It's like this. Not anything like this.
Was Greg Berger still Ripto in Enter the Dragonfly?
Yes, he was. He just didn't
Really?
do a very good job.
It's so weird because he has such a different delivery, and his voice, like, to the ear does sound different than his delivery in Ripto's Rage. So, like, I thought it was a different voice actor.
Yeah, it's almost like he forgot what he was supposed to sound like, or just didn't care. I mean, I really don't know. And I mean, of course, like, that's of course, you know, not any fault of his own if he forgot what the voice sounded like. But it's just that I don't get it, because he still made Hunter sound the same.
He did. Whoa!
Well, I know it was weird, but it still sounded like Hunter.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
Like, wow, yeah, I know.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Ripto just sounds like he just sounds like this, and his voice is going all over the place, and it sounds like his voice is cracking, and I don't know what's going on.
It was strange. Bianca went through the same thing because I found out it was the same voice actress, but it sounded just way weirder and more high pitched, and like it was weird. It was just odd. I think that was just on part of the voice direction, and it was just not. It was not good. It was just not good. Flat out not good.
So many problems. There are just so many bad things happening behind the scenes that, like, I bet that's what happened. Just a bunch of things that fell apart.
You know, this level is very short. There's not a lot to it, because this is one of the ones that I remembered, not the least, but it wasn't up there on the ones that I definitely like had vivid memories of. Like, I have good memories of this level. It's not the worst, at least in terms of, I mean, I was doing the slide earlier and that was shit, but like the level itself, I like it a lot. I like the theming, but it's one of those ones where I haven't played it as much to where it would have to take me a while to remember stuff from it. It's like running through it, I was like, oh yeah, that guy, this enemy. So
yeah, Crystal Islands is actually pretty underrated, I would say.
and then there's not. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
It may be a favorite of a lot of people, because I did a poll once, and a lot of people said that Crystal Islands was their favorite. But it's like nobody really talks about it. So I'm not. So that's why it made it, you know, on my top 5 underrated levels list. But I don't think I can put it on a top 5 memorable levels, because like it may be a favorite of a lot, but you know, people just don't talk about it enough.
I found something interesting. There is some collision right here where there is not even a wall, and it's right to the immediate left of the portal, or I guess the way we're facing it's the right. I was thinking of like the other left. But right here, there's some weird collision going on, and that's bugging me a lot. I don't know why that's a thing.
Huh.
That's very strange. Okay, let's go into the next level. Fireworks Factory. Here we are. Let's do it. Anxious to see what they do with this level, because I want it to be like perfect. I want it to be amazing.
I know. I can just imagine that there would be like fireworks like actually going off in this level, like in the background. It's so cool.
Oh, exactly, like in the sky and everything. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, Ninja, you fucking get your fucking ass over here. They go, hero. Yeah.
They make those weird sounds.
Stop climbing up the wall, you fucking weirdo. Alright. Oh, they come from that box. That's right. They're all like in a box or something.
Yeah.
It's like the ninja box, whatever it's called. Like it has something on the side of it. Oh, and then I can't fucking... Oh, that's right. And I have to get the rocket to kill you. Die, please. Oh, I missed. Okay, cool. Oh, wait. There's two ways. There's the bombs he throws, and then you can just get him with the rocket. Oh! That's right. Whee! I was watching this in the demo as we were setting up earlier. And I'm looking at... Okay, so I'm here right now, actually. I'm at the part where you can just see there's like a doorway. You got the dragons bordering the doorway. And it looks really cool. So I'm hoping detail like that they keep for Reignited. Because these green dragon patterns border the doorway. And it looks really cool.
Yeah. There's like there are a lot of details like already that they could just make so much better in Reignited.
Okay, the ninjas are really pissing me off. Oh my god. Oh wait, aren't they up on the walls? Or the ceiling? I think
Oh,
I
the
saw...
ninjas?
Yeah, at some point they are. Like, you can find them... Yeah, you can see their shadows and they're hiding up on the ceiling.
The Agent 9 mission, they're on the ceiling.
Okay. So remember, yeah, when you look up, you can see them. And they're just like chilling up there like, hello. I'm a ninja.
I'm a ninja.
I'm also a
I'm
gigantic...
not blending in.
I'm a gigantic prick. Because I'm hard to hit. Kindly screw... Oh my god, he was about to just twirl his way, flip his way off the edge before I flamed him off the edge.
Wow.
That was amazing. Shoot me, cannon! Whee! Okay, which way to the dual dragon?
It's like you hop across the little platform and then you go over to there's like a side area with a portal.
Okay, let me see. Oh, I think I remember where that is. I think I remember. I'm so not, I think, in that area, but let me... Oh! Nope, that's Agent 9. Never mind. Nope, not that one.
Yeah, it's not down the hole.
Yay, okay. I'm near the end of the... Where the end portal is. Let me try to remember. I have to reorient myself. One thing I want to... Oh! Okay, I saved myself. Oh my god. One thing I want to say, though, about this game's bosses. We mentioned it either in your Spyro cast or in our original recording. I'm not actually remembering which one it was. But one thing about the bosses is that... Well, let me ask you first. What's your take on this game's bosses versus like 1 and 2?
Well, I think they're about on the same level where it's like you have some ones that are not so difficult, and then you have incredibly difficult ones.
Mm-hmm.
So it's... Yeah, I think they started a good thing in the second game with the bosses because they felt like bosses. So, and then
Yeah.
this kind of just I'm not sure if I could say like improved it. Maybe it did, but they all felt like the same, kind of boss, but they were like really good.
Okay. I'm really trying... Okay, I'm back at the cannon. So let me see where the cannon takes me again, real quick. Instead of going through that door, let me look around the area.
Yeah, you take the cannon from, you take the very first cannon from, the beginning of the level.
Mm-hmm.
And then it shoots you up. And then from there, you hop across to this little, island thing. And then across again.
Okay. There's a cannon around here somewhere. On the ground area. Maybe in the right spot. I love traversing levels. That's my favorite part of this game. Backtracking. Here it is. Okay, cannon. Hello, cannon. Let me insert... I'm going to continue that sentence. Okay, so my take on the bosses. Here we go. Ninja! Destroy the box. Crumble the ninja box. Okay, so then you go here. I think I found it. Then you go here. Yeah. Okay, bosses. While I think that, yeah, I can agree to the extent of how Crush and Gulp, you know, have their identities. They're super memorable and they're funny at the same time because they get a lot of cutscene time. I think with the part that I mentioned briefly in whichever video of ours that I did it in was that the sorceress just kind of makes her own minions, which is cool to watch in hindsight because as time goes on throughout the cutscenes, she gets so absorbed in it that they don't even want to be mutated, but she does it anyway. So that part of it's pretty cool. It like shows how much she just does not give a fuck about anyone, not even her own like underlings. But at the same time, even though they have names and stuff, they don't have much of identities to me to where I can like really connect and remember who they are. Like I think Juan's name is Buzz, and I think he's the first guy.
It's Buzz, Spike, Scorch, and then the sorceress herself.
Okay, because like it has to take some recalling for me to remember them, versus Crush or Gulp. Like I just immediately know who they are. And the same thing goes with the first game's bosses because, and now it's not really fair in terms of me having to recall because I can recall them. But even though arguably people say, well, yeah, they're freaking easy as hell. While, be that as it may, I still think that they're memorable because of just how wacky they are and the fact that what the first game did that was really cool and unique for a game. Oh, I died. That's awesome. That none of the Spyros did afterwards was make the boss have their own level you have to go through before even getting to them.
Yeah, that was a very unique thing about Spyro 1. And like there were just so many things that I can talk about regarding Spyro 1 that has its own kind of it's very different compared to 2.
Yeah, I know exactly. Like there's a term for that, and I read it up on, I think it's TV Tropes. It's called early installment weirdness, where when they've got something, when you have the first of something, it could be anything, the first book in a line of books, the first movie in a line of movies, or here, the first game in a franchise, because it's the first thing, they have no direction for where they want to take certain stuff, so they just kind of do whatever the hell they want with it and just see what sticks and what doesn't. So like Carlos being Spyro and saving the dragons and the way the bosses have levels, that's all stuff that never really came back. Or if it did, it came back in a slightly altered way to fit what is now the standard or the quote-unquote formula for the franchise. So saving dragons isn't really a thing in any other game except that you do save some dojo dragons in the first level of Enter the Dragonfly. So it's something of a callback, but it's not the norm at that point because they've moved past that. So they didn't want to revisit it.
It's like, in a way, Spyro 3 seems like a blend of 1 and 2. Because it took some things from 1 and then just like added on all that extra stuff, extra variety from 2, and then it just combined it. And yeah, because like you were saying, when the bosses in 2, like Crush, Gulp, and Ripto, like they all had identities, like they were characters first before they were bosses.
Yeah.
While in the third one, they just kind of appeared. They had names, but they just kind of appeared. Well, that's kind of like what the first one was too. Like, they didn't really have identities. They were just kind of there. So they took that and kind of, but the format that they went with was making them more like bosses, as in the second game. So they did that, and then what was it? And then of course collecting the dragon eggs. That's back.
Yeah.
Just made that into a bigger thing and made it like, talismans or orbs and stuff.
This orange dragon is kicking my ass. Or red, sorry. He looks kind of orange. In game, he looks orange. His icon makes him look red. I don't know.
Yeah, I always thought he was orange.
It's my eyes playing tricks on me. He's the only one I think of the two that throws fireballs at you, and it's really... I died to him just a while ago, but I've almost got him.
Really? I think don't both of them spit fire at you?
The purple one didn't at first anyway. I haven't seen it right now, but I did it. Yee!
It would make more sense if it was orange because one's orange and one's purple.
Yeah. Theming. Color theory. Evan.
Action Spyro.
Yes. Okay. Why am I still running around here? Okay, so I finished this part. Let's go. Yeah, in terms of early installment weirdness, don't even get me started on something like Crash, because the entire first game just was its own experiment, and then 2 and 3 really set the standard of what Crash would end up becoming. And like, I feel arguably that, like Jeremiah Zay and I have talked about this a lot, and a lot of his videos on Crash are kind of dedicated to this at this point. But like, that's kind of what can either make or break a franchise, is how close you stick to, how much you experiment versus how much you stick to a formula.
Yeah.
Funny enough, actually, bringing that back, I just realized, to Mario, that's a very Mario thing like I was talking about. Odyssey breaks up that formula that started with 64. And, it's very crazy how, like, because people want, like, after all these remasters, after Reignited, after Ensign, they're like, okay, remaster Wrath of Cortex, or A Hero's Tale, and it's like, what? No, what? No, don't do that.
And people are saying I wonder if they'll remaster the Legend series. I'm just like, no.
I was like, where'd you get that idea? Yeah.
It's like, have you seen the graphics in the Legend series? They're actually really good. The only thing that could use an update is like some of the character animations and models and stuff like that.
Lower the difficulty in the second one.
Yeah, and change the gameplay to something, you know, good.
Was it Jordan's Spyrocast? One of you guys were talking at length about Legend.
Oh, it was that was a Canadian guy.
Oh, okay. And I don't know. Like, okay, so my personal take on Legend was that I thought it was a really nice breath of fresh air from classic Spyro, because I personally did not mind the melee stuff and the combat. But I can see how, because my favorite, since it's the only one I've beaten at this point, is the first one. It's just a nice introduction, in my opinion, to like this rebooted world of Spyro that we're going to tell, and the story that we're going to tell. So like, for me, I didn't have any quarrels with it. People say that the first one's like very slow because and repetitive, because you're going out rescue. And hey, look you're rescuing dragons, you're rescuing the guardians. So like, I thought that was really funny. But like, I can see it. I can definitely see it. How like you're saving a guardian, getting tutorial from them on how to do the next elemental ability, going out, traversing a land, fighting the next guy, saving him, and like, so I understand how it feels repetitive. But I don't know, like, I'm not going to draw parallels to classic Spyro because it doesn't have a whole lot. There are some super subtle touches to... Just murdered that man. He's murdered. He's dead now. But, like, he blew up. But, I don't know, like... I was a bit more lenient on it when I was, like, when I judge it. I'm a bit more lenient in terms of, like... I like it for what it was doing. The second game, though, definitely needed to, like, slow its roll, because Jesus Christ, it's unnecessarily difficult.
Yeah, I heard about that. I'm so glad I just decided to give up like a few minutes in. Because I wouldn't have liked that. I mean, because like, if a Spyro game can put me off that much in just a few minutes, I'm just like, no, this isn't enjoyable at all. And I got that even from the first game, when I was like A New Beginning, when I was going through it, and I'm just like, this is just not very fun. I don't know why, I can't figure out where to go, and things are just not, it's not as linear as I'd like it to be, because, I mean, I mean, I want things to be a bit open, but like also I kind of like having that linear path where I'm just like, okay, at least I know where to go, and I'm not just wandering around aimlessly.
Uh-huh. No, I definitely understand that. Yeah, like I'm not gonna start like judging it on terms of like trying to compare it to like other Spyros, but there's something that I found an enjoyment about it that I'm surprised there were a lot of people in the community now that I'm learning that don't care for it as much, and it's really like it's weird to me in terms of just because I don't even know how to describe it. I just thought it was cool. I don't even know, but yeah, it's crazy. It's just really crazy. But one of the things I was actually we'll get into that in just a minute. Hold on, let's go into the other level. It's really funny because when you said Enchanted Towers, I was like, I was thinking, oh, the fucking level with the what was it? Like where the guy runs off with that girl at the end of it when you have to like reignite her with whoever because she's trying to get out of like some. Do you remember that one?
Oh, Charmed Ridge.
Yeah. For some reason, I thought that was I thought that was Enchanted Tower. I forgot it's this one.
Yeah, Charmed Ridge is good too. I really like the music in that one.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, Enchanted Towers just everything about this is so good.
I forgot they.
What?
I forgot they had that animation. Those little fucking stupid green blob motherfuckers. Like when you hit them with the things, their face doesn't change. Nothing about them changes. They just go. They just leave. They just. Oh, I'll have to hit one. Hold on. They spiral out of there and they just like fucking. It's so funny. Hold on. Oh my god, that's amazing. I forgot they did that.
My phone's ringing. I'm back.
Oh, okay. Do we need to cut back?
We're good.
Okay. Alright, so we cut awkwardly there because the audio is being a dick. We lost a great conversation about the future of what we could potentially see past Reignited Trilogy, but we can always get into that in another conversation. We can always get into that conversation in another video, but what are your thoughts on our predicament?
I don't even remember, I don't even remember what I said about the future of Spyro. I forgot that entire conversation. I forgot what I said.
the last thing I remember mentioning, so I can really quickly finish that one thought when we were in, I want to say it was like Fireworks Factory or something. So yeah, I'm sorry that you didn't get to see much. Yeah, this is Midday Gardens. I'm sorry that you guys didn't get to really see much of Enchanted Towers. Trust me, the footage is still there, but we lost the conversation, and so there's nothing much to do with the footage at that point. But the one thing I remember saying, and I'll just briefly run over it, is how one of the things that Spyro games did, like I'm mainly thinking like a Hero's Tale, the level design wasn't as like cleverly constructed as these games were, because
Oh, that's right. I remember that when you said like about the place where there's an area that you're not supposed to get to until you're able to climb and get to it from another area.
yeah, you just glide there. So there's stuff like that made me like go, could have designed it a little bit more cleverly, but that was the gist of it. And then like from there we just jumped into like a whole other dealio. But we've been going for like a freaking hour, and that's nuts. We still have plenty of content for this episode, so thank you very much for being on this episode with me. It's been awesome.
Yeah, no problem. It was really fun. I'm glad that I was able to share some thoughts on Spyro, and then, well, even though I didn't get to see you playing it, that you were playing my favorite game.
I'm sorry.
So it's good. It's good.
Miharu's sadly crying in the corner inside. But no, to compensate, we're definitely gonna do Ratchet 3 at some point. So
Yes.
we confirmed that earlier in the video. Yeah. Is there any last minute things you want to mention?
Ooh. I don't know. I can't really think of anything specific. All I could say is keep checking out my Spyro cast on my channel because I have a lot of guests lined up, and yeah, it's gonna be pretty much exactly like it was here today. So
Yes, so many Spyro casts. Check them all out, and subscribe to Aaron. Yay.
yep, gonna keep making more Spyro content. Let's see what I can do for the whole Comic-Con panel thing. Not sure what's gonna go on with that, but whatever happens, I'll be there to cover it, I guess.
Yes, no, exactly. Same here. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. I'm wondering, and I don't know if this is coming before or after the panel, so we'll see where we are at that point in time. So yeah, thank you so much for being on. Tune in next time. We're gonna have more guests and more regular playthroughs and stuff. And once more, check out Erin's channel and her Twitter. Everything's down below in the description. So yeah,
Yay!
take care.
All right, see ya.
Okay, finally, this episode got finished. So
Finally.
many
Great.
cuts.
Great, and then the garage door, of course, went off like twice in that time.
Sounded like a jet going overhead.
Yeah.